Hello everybody, my name is Katie, I'm the Introverted Reader, and today's video is going to be me showing you books that I'm getting rid of, so an unhaul, if you will. The majority of these, they're right here next to me, the majority of these I'm getting rid of, mainly because I just need the space. Like, you see my bookshelf behind me. Like, you only see like a little top half of this one, but they're both full. Which I'm sure you've seen. I tried to organize it like a rainbow type thing, but you can't really see it, but I might change it back soon. But anyway, these are some books that I'm going to be getting rid of, purely because of space and purely for the fact that I have a Kindle and I could just as easily get them on my Kindle, and because I still want to read them. Some of them I haven't read and I still want to read them, so I got them on my Kindle. Some of them I have read and I'm just like, it wasn't there for me, so I'm getting rid of them. So anyway, let's just get into it. The first one that I'm going to be unhauling is one that has been around for a wee while. It's, you know, everybody has a lot of negative opinions about it. And it's Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. Now, this book is very, very beautiful. Like, let's not pretend that the color scheme of this is not gorgeous. Like, I love the blue and the purple and the silver. I live for this color scheme, right? However, I have heard nothing but negative things about this particular book. I've heard that the story is not good. I've heard that it's just boring, nothing happens, that there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't need to be in here. Like this book is quite big. Like, how many pages is this? Let's just look and see. Let's just see. Hold on. There are over 500 pages of this book. Right? This physical book that I'm holding is 500 pages. Now, can someone tell me why, when I went on to Goodreads to say that I was reading it, because I started reading it, I got the audiobook for it, so I started listening to the audiobook and reading along with this, right? So I'm looking on Goodreads, and Goodreads is all like, it's a 62-page book. But I'm looking at her and going, no, she's not. That's way more than 62 pages. Can someone explain to me, like, why is Goodreads saying that it's a 62-page long book, when in actual fact, in my hands right here, right now, I'm holding a book that's worth 500. Can someone explain that madness to me, please? But anyway, I still have the audiobook on my phone. What's my hair doing? I still have the audiobook on my phone. Haven't listened to it in a while. I think I got to chapter 15 or 16 or something. And let me see. Like 15 or 16 or something. Well, so the audiobook tells me. But I was, you know, just reading and listening along. I'm thinking, do I hold on to the physical copy and read along with the audiobook, or do I get rid of the physical? I might just get rid of the physical one and just listen to the audio and then give you my opinion on it later. But other than that, Zenith, you're going. So it's going. The next one that I'm going to be unhauling is Hunted by Megan Spooner. Now, this is supposed to be like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. This girl is a hunter and her father goes missing, so she has to go and find him, and obviously, you know, like, there's a beast in it or whatever. And I was going to read it, because when I heard about it, I was like, oh, I'm really excited. I love Beauty and the Beast. And, you know, I got it, and, you know, this book is lovely. But to be honest, it's just been sitting on my shelf for the longest time, and I do still kind of want to read it, so I got the Kindle version, so I might read the ebook of it soon, but the physical book is just going. So that's going to be the story for the majority of these. The majority of these, I just needed the space, and I need to get rid of them. The next three that I'm getting rid of, and I say three because they're part of the same series. It's the Snow Like Ashes trilogy by Sarah Roche. I read these a couple of months ago because, again, it was a trilogy that had been sitting on my shelf for ages. And I was just like, do you know what? Let me just pick these up and read them and just see what I feel so I can knock them out the way. Now, I did enjoy it. It's a high fantasy series, you know, about just this. It's a story basically about a group of people who had their kingdom taken over, and they're basically just trying to build their lives and trying to fight back against this oppressive overrule that is taking over everything, and they just want their rights and their lives back. And it's all like magic. There's like a magic system involved as well. But for me, there was just something off for me about this trilogy. For me, I feel like it was more of a plot driven story than a character one. There wasn't enough character development in there for me. I felt like a lot of characters, because there's a lot of characters in here, that were pushed into the background, and I didn't get to know them as well as I would have liked. And to be honest, the main character kind of got on my nerves a little bit. You know, I find her a little bit selfish and, you know, and self-serving and a little bit bratty. So for that reason, I'm just getting rid of it, and someone else can have these lovely hardbacks and enjoy them, even though I didn't. And you know what? That is okay. The next couple are ones that I'm just going to get the Kindle version of. I just got the Kindle version of, and I'm just going to go through them quickly. The first one is The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine. And I adored the premise of this, but again, it's a book that's been sitting on my shelf for way, way too long. And I was just like, I do still want to read it, but I need the space on my shelf. So the physical book is going. I'm still going to read it, but just not in physical format, just in ebook format. But that's okay, because I was able to get the Kindle version for like next to nothing, so it was amazing. The next one is Curse of the Sphinx by Ray Wagner. Now, I've been looking around for the ebook version of this, and it's been a little bit hard to find. I do still want to read it. I'm not sure if I want to hold on to it and read it and then get rid of it, but then I would only be holding on to read it and then, like I said, get rid of it. So if anybody can find me the Kindle or ebook version of this, preferably Kindle, because I have a Kindle, so if there is a Kindle version of this, let me know, because I do want to read it, because it does sound interesting, but I don't know. Maybe I might read it, I might not. My interest is slowly declining with this one, so I might not. Might not even bother in the end. The next one that I'm going to get rid of, purely to clear up space, is Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. High fantasy story about this girl who lost her kingdom, and she's basically just trying to get her kingdom back. Again, can just as easily get it on ebook, you know, and to be honest, I've heard mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people don't like it, but again, look at how yellow these pages are. That is how long it's been sitting on my shelf. The pages are going yellow, my word. But yeah, I mean, I do still want to read it, but the physical book has to go because mama needs the space, because look at these bookshelves, they're a mess. Anyway, and again, it's the same with, I'll just show you these two together. The first one is Burning Midnight by Will McIntosh. Now, I haven't read this, and I find the premise of it so fascinating. It's basically you can buy all these different metals and substances to give yourself like heightened abilities, and I thought that was a really interesting premise. So I am still going to read it via my Kindle, but physical copy is going because need the space. Next one is Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. To be honest, I've lost interest. I can't remember whether or not I got the ebook version of this or not, but if I do, I mean, it's about this girl who has this condition as to where she's basically allergic to everything, and she's trapped in her house. And then, you know, this boy moves next door, and then things happen. You're basic contemporary, and I'm not really a contemporary person. I just sort of picked it up because I found it in my local supermarket, and it was cheap. So I thought, hey, why not? If I'm in the mood for contemporary, why not? But, you know, I'm not really a contemporary person. If I'm being truly honest, I don't really reach for them. Maybe I'll get the ebook in the future, don't know, but as for now, it's going. The last one that I'm getting rid of is a book that I was told was a feminist retelling of a certain fairy tale, which I love, but I have since done my research, and it's not, the packaging, it is not what it says on the tin, basically. And that is When the Surface Breaks by Louise O'Neill. And you may have seen me haul this in a recent video. And let's just appreciate a beautiful book cover for a second. This book is gorgeous, and you can see it is signed by Miss Louise. See right there. Haven't read it, but if you go to Common Spence's channel and you go through his videos, and there's a video on there called This Book is Hot Garbage, and he goes in length as to why this book right here is hot garbage. I hadn't read it, but I watched that video anyway. It's like 20 something minutes long, but he goes in, and basically it is not feminist whatsoever. If anything, it's problematic, and there is just sexualization of minors, and a bunch of other things that Spencer goes into. If you want to watch his video, go to his channel. I'll maybe try and find the video that I'm talking about, and I'll link it down there, but knowing me, I'll forget. I'll try, but yeah, if a part of me doesn't even want to give this away to my used bookshop, because I don't want some 15-year-old girl picking this up and reading it and thinking, oh, is this how the world works? No, sweetie, it's not. But it's going. I haven't read it, but the things I've heard are just disgusting and awful and problematic, and I'll not be reading it. So yeah. Those are all the books that I am getting rid of, that are getting off my shelf, and to someone that will appreciate them a little bit more. Have you gotten rid of any books lately? Let me know. Have you read The Surface Breaks? Do you agree with what I said? Do you agree with Spencer? Have you read it? Let me know, and someone tell me about the whole Zenith thing. Why is Goodreads telling me it's 62 pages when I'm holding a 500-page book in my hand? Someone explain that to me, please. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.